are fairly intertwined. I think you get your morals and kind of your ideas about sexuality from religion or lack thereof. For me personally, I know that I have strong morals concerning sexuality and the idea of sex within the confines of marriage because of an upbringing in a Christian home. Like for me, sex is a good thing, but it is to be used in the confines of marriage. I think that whole moral idea came from my religious upbringing in that Christian home. I think there are a lot of religions that have that idea, or they take it to the extreme of sex is bad, don't mess with it. And then there's a very secular culture that's like sex is great, it's good, it's for whoever, it's whenever, it just makes you feel good, whatevs. Yeah.
What's crossing the line in sexuality? Where do the boundaries come in?
I think it's fairly loose on the college campus. I mean, I sit at the back of the classrooms generally, and I hear pretty ridiculous stories. Don't like them. They make me uncomfortable. But from what I hear and what I observe, it's fairly loose. Not up to par.
Well, I'm Michael Margolis. Born and raised Jewish, conservative to be exact. Is there a line that should be crossed for sexuality, or can there be? No, I don't think so. I think sexuality is what you make it. I mean, if you choose to be with someone of the same sex, or if you choose to be someone of a different sex, or if it's not even a choice, if it's natural, then by all means let it be and have fun with it.
It states clearly in the Bible that if you cast your seed upon the ground, you are in sin. So technically, anything past making out, kissing is crossing the line, according to the Bible, but it is also along with your own morals.
Well, I believe that, there's always a line that shouldn't be crossed, because in Christianity it's believed that, you should treat your body as a temple and treat it holy, and there are acts that should only be participated with your husband, because that completes the whole Trinity. Because when you and your husband come together, it's you have God, your husband, and you, and it completes the Trinity. When you go outside of that, it damages you on certain levels. Like there are many, a lot of people who have sex before marriage and stuff, like they have issues because they've been hurt and they've given themselves to so many people, and then it creates scarring. And so even if you're not religious, it's just better to save yourself for one person, so then you don't have that kind of scarring in your life that can damage you, and you'll have like trust issues and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think there are different levels for each person. What one person might be comfortable with, another person wouldn't be comfortable. For me, I have fairly strict boundary ideas when in a relationship. Like, I mean, obviously I believe that sex is for marriage, and so that's a big line that's not to be crossed over until marriage. I don't know, kissing and holding hands, I think those are fine. I think making out or groping, whatever, that's crossing the line a bit. I don't know, there's a kind of a prudy rule of thumb of like, if you wouldn't do it in front of your parents or someone you respected, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. Then it sounds really cheesy.
Same thing, really. I don't really mind homosexuality. I think sex is sex, and I think everyone has a choice to be with someone and has a choice to be loved by someone else. And I think if you choose the homosexuality lifestyle, if you choose the heterosexual lifestyle, whatever, it's all good with me. I don't care either one, and it's, from a religious standpoint, I don't mind either. I think you should have the choice or choose or preference or whatever to do what you want to do.
Well, homosexuality is a sin, and God did destroy an entire city because of it, but since all fall short of the glory of God and all sins are equal as the same, that means I am no better. I am just as sinful as someone who is homosexual. Now, whether they're born with it, whether they grow it, I don't care. It's not my problem to deal with. And I think that any homosexual can be a child of God just as much as I am. Because if God would accept me into his kingdom, why wouldn't he accept anyone else?
That is a lifestyle that I don't agree with. I don't hate the person. I think there's a big stigma for Christians, at least, of really hating homosexuals and just not liking them at all and being homophobic and all that. I don't have a problem with homosexuals. I have a couple really good friends that are homosexuals and I love them, but their lifestyles are things that I don't agree with. But I mean, there are a lot of things in this world that don't line up biblically or morally, so I don't think that's something that you can really judge or hate a person for at all.
Homosexuality, obviously, since I'm a Christian, I don't believe it's right, but then I don't think that because you're homosexual, you're going to go, that makes you worse than anybody else, because I believe if you're lying or if you're cheating, that's a sin too, and in God's eyes, it's white and black. It's just because someone's a murderer and I'm a liar doesn't mean I'm better than him, because we're both committing a sin. And so I have friends who are homosexual, and I don't judge them because it's not my place to judge, because in the Bible it says if you judge somebody, you yourself will be more harshly judged, because he gives you exactly how you're supposed to live your life, and it's like you either do it or you don't. It's your choice. And I mean, obviously there's a whole controversial statement that people say, well, I was born this way, I can't change the way I am. And, you know, I understand, like, when you honestly have felt something your entire life, like, it's hard to say, well, you know, I can't change the way I am. But then, you know, ever since I was little, I've been a habitual liar for, like, when I was younger, I just lied about anything. But I can't say, well, I was born a liar, because obviously I know that's wrong. I have to fight it every day and make sure that, you know, I can't just lie about the way you asked me if the sky is blue. I'll be like, oh no, it's purple. You know, I can't just say, well, I was born this way as a liar. You know, I don't believe it's right, but I don't judge other people for it, because I know that I mess up every day, and so that doesn't make me better than anybody else. And it doesn't change the way I view somebody. It's like if someone's gay or if someone's a liar, it doesn't change for me. So I think it's wrong for people to bully people because they're homosexual, because what they're doing is just as bad in God's eyes. In fact, you're committing more of a sin than somebody just thinking that they're living the lifestyle they're supposed to live. You're actually persecuting somebody and making that person suffer for that, and that's wrong.
I think with temptation, I have to constantly remind myself that I'm here for a bigger purpose other than just partying and stuff. You have to realize that you're here, you're in school, you have an opportunity that not many people get, and to seize that moment and that opportunity to realize that you're going to get a degree and you're going to go on to something bigger and better with your life.
Temptation comes and goes, but mostly I just ask Father, please protect me from this, because he will never test us with anything more than we can handle.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'm human. I have temptation, like, you know, and, you know, with the whole media and everything, it's always like a pressuring, like, you know, sexuality is such a part of our everyday lifestyle. Like, even people make jokes about it whenever you watch TV. So it's hard, but then I know that in the end it's going to protect me from getting severely hurt, or, you know, getting a situation that maybe I can't handle. And then also it's something that, you know, I can give to my husband and he can be like, wow, you've never done anything, that's amazing, like, this is something only you and I will share. And I think that's a beautiful gift to give somebody. It's just really beautiful to say, wow, you know, you've kept yourself pure and this was for me and I'm the only person who will ever get this. And I just think that's just romantic sense in general.